Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored. Definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown, extended, beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom, press all so you know I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, I would really appreciate your feedback. I want to get to know you as much as you're getting to know more. Or if you have some kind of you want to reply towards the content that my video is about, you may agree or disagree, but it's all appreciated feedback, as long as you know you ain't trying to come in and you get triggered by what I said, because some kind of truth I put out. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, but I do welcome all comments as long as they're respectable. And anybody who's going through to get to, send so much love, light, positivity, endurance, persistence, discipline. Hey, I'm sending that towards your way. Whatever you've been praying on, that only you and God knows about. To get you through to get to. Anybody who's coming in with a fairies vibe, Decepticon-ass energy, we don't need that here. We're over here making history. We're getting bitter. We're getting better, not bitter. Okay. So, the video I'm supposed to be doing today is Twin Flame 101, scare tactics Narcs will use to keep you stagnant. I was making the other video about that. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put these characteristics up so I can remember, because that would be, as soon as I finish the video, I'm like, damn, I forgot to say that. But this is what it is. Let's see. Different things that you can look for when people are narcissistic or has low vibrations, karmic family, whatever you're dealing with, karmics and all that. Different things to keep you stagnant. When you're going through different narcissist connections, attachments, whatever, sometimes there's that part in ourselves that we got to know about. This is the reason why we connect with other people. We're filling up a book of life. It may have started a journey for you knowing yourself, having that understanding of different things that may be very healthy for you in your life, the things that you're doing. But also if there's things that's in your life that just really feel like it's depleting you, making you feel down about yourself, making you second guess different things. These are, when you're around people like this, and especially if you're the anointed, the chosen, the truth teller, the whistleblower, and the generational curse breaker, you're going to be going through a lot of stuff. You're going to be going through a lot of stuff, because when you're on the verge of breaking all these curses, and you're not just breaking yours, you're breaking everybody in your bloodline that came before you. They're giving you assistance. Even your ancestors are learning off of you as you're learning off of them. So this is very therapeutic. It's just all about the perception and the perspective. You tend to look at these different things as being very healthy, and the tools that if you're knowing what to look for. Because there's a lot of times I'm just now learning about malignant narcissist. I said, what the, you even put malignant in front of a word like that? Even I watched the movie Malignant, and that movie messed me up. And then when you put that on narcissist, that got to be a whole lot of ooey. But different things that you have to look for. This could be in your family. It was like a lot of different things I went on in my life where it always made me feel like I was the problem child. I was always used as a scapegoat, sacrificial lamb, just a bad girl. And I had no problem with that. But I was just at that point where I could see a lot of, BS that was going around about me, it wasn't even about me, but it was made about me. That these are other people's issues. These are not mine. But at times, a lot of times people will make you feel like, oh, you bring the worst out of me, or, oh, you make me do this. And nobody can make you do something toxic to somebody, or, do something. A lot of times when you're going through these abuses with an A, it will make you feel like you're bringing this on. Or why, especially if you see a lot of DV situations where people, I fell into a doorknob, or, I hit my face against you become the most clumsiest person when you start having to explain the reason why you look the way you look, and these are the different things with you in your light. It's like they're sent here to when it's the devil. It's like they see the strength and the power and the purpose you're supposed to be bringing towards the world. And devil got their own flying monkeys, their only weakest link, to come into your life to place confusion in there. But God will use it just to be able to spotlight a lot of different things that you're going through. Narcissists are pathological liars. They don't have self-esteem. They got a lot of issues that they will refuse to heal on or even call out or say that unless they know it can give them some attention to make people feel sorry for them. They will use that. It's like, oh, I came from a broken home. I got mommy daddy issues, different things. Sometimes I'll be wishing people had side effect warnings on the side, like, okay, this person, he will send you or her down the hole of darkness, like a whole bunch of confusion in a rabbit hole, and I'm not trying to be there. But you have to deal with a lot of people that are very self-centered. Narcissists are very self-centered. Everything is about them. They don't care about the damage that they're doing to other people's lives. They will use anybody and say anything if they know this can help control the narrative about other people, about you, all these different things. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're actually going through these scare tactics. We're going through manipulation and don't even know it. Because sometimes if you have been exposed to that or normalized that through, your family upbringing, your childhood, these things are normal, but now we're going through these spiritual transmutations. You're starting to see these are the parts of myself that cannot be here anymore. You're going through different growth spurts, and intensifying within your powers, your capabilities, your abilities. Certain things that you may be healing from and letting go of brings off a gift that is ready to be triggered to pop on. And now all these transmutations you're going through, along with the different things that you connect with when it comes to karmic family, karmics, whatever, this is going to ignite that. They are trying to destroy it, but they don't realize what they're trying to destroy only ignites this. Anything that they're trying to keep you from into your life is going to end up being for your life, okay? There'll be certain things like, oh gosh, I did this, I stole from that person. I can't allow nobody to know what this is. I gotta, start a lie. I gotta, start a smear campaign. I gotta get my flying monkeys. I gotta get different people that is on that vibe with me that I can benefit. How I'm gonna be able to have these different control tactics to be able to control how other people see you. So it's like when you're going through all these different changes, the narcissists don't like that, because a lot of times you may have been connected with them where it felt like you had to get their approval to be able to do things about your life, or you have different, you're asking for advice from them, not realizing this purpose, if this person already know this is going to be lucrative, either they're going to mind, oh, we can do this, if they know they can benefit off of that, or they can, they can get some kind of manipulation to be able to bring something out of that. They're very self-serving. Anything that they're doing is about self. Anything that they're saying is about self. So you have to be able to understand that these are the type of people, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you tell people how that made you feel and this and this and that. They know exactly how that made you feel. They know exactly what they're doing. A lot of times, you may say people don't know how good they have it until it's gone. Yes, they do. They just never thought they would lose that. You are in that vibration. They felt like anything they can do to you, you're going to always be there for. And that may have been, your storyline for a long time. I know it was mine. I didn't allow myself to move through my gut feelings or my intuitive. Now it's just like I stand on that. I keep very quiet about the different decisions I make because I was so forthcoming, telling people about the different things I'm working on. I'm excited to see this blossom, and I always try to wonder, why did I lose interest in this? Why did this get blocked? Or why did this was just straight sabotage? You have to understand, when people know that you're outgrowing them, that intimidates the shit out of them. They feel, you're in your mind, it's like everybody can win. Everybody can grow, but you don't understand. You've been placed in competition. You've been placed in comparison. If you are dating or married to a narcissist, you were the supply for a long time because you didn't talk back. You were disciplined. It was like you were like a little pet. You know, I don't even like using the word loyal. I say I'm strongly committed. I don't use loyal because I'm not a dog, okay? But they had you in that vibe like you were their pet. You know, narcissist sees you as their property. You can't eat, breathe, take a shit, whatever, without them having to know about it. But now when you start moving in silence, it's like the monitoring spirits are really heavy at play right now because you're not saying anything. Everything that you're doing, they'll not know it until you execute that decision and put it out. And they're like, hey, you know, what you got going on? What's going on? You know, you've been changed a lot. You've been very quiet. What's going on with you? They want to know. And trust me, they back there in the meeting room trying to discuss how they're going to take you down. But they wondering why you're so quiet. Why certain things that they plotted out for you and you're still in your peace. Different things that, you know, really took you out. And, I mean, it could have had you low in a vibe, you know. They love that. Anything that takes you in your life where it makes you second guess, you feel like nothing good can ever happen for you, your life gonna forever be like that. You don't realize how many people are trying to program you to make you feel like good can never come out of your life. They know they do. Because they need you to second guess yourself, doubt yourself, not believe, not to have confidence in you. Because they have to break you down, make you feel like you can't do anything without their permission. Or you got to be able to let them know every move you're making. But yet, you don't know nothing about what's going on in their life. They're very trivial. It could be persons you live with. It could be a parent. You know, they're like, do as I say, not as I do. They want you to be able to tell the truth. They want you to be able to do this. But anything that triggers something in them that you do with yourself that's straight natural, it's like second nature for you. You know, it ain't even something that you're doing and you notice you're doing it. It's just something that you're authentically made that way. You put together like that. It can irritate somebody because they don't see that within themselves. Me, I believe everybody got potential. Everybody got power. Everybody can get through a lot of things. It may take a certain time period to be able to get through a lot of things, but anything is possible. But when you're dealing with certain people like that, they're used to cutting corners. The only work they're going to put in is making sure you don't stay consistent with yourself. That's the only thing they'll stay consistent about, is being inconsistent. You know, I'll see about different things and I was just like, dang, you know, this person will be a good person if the way they trying to do things to stop me, block me, trying to make sure you put lies out about me, got flying monkeys always watching me, you know. If they can be all, you know, covert for this, if they would actually do this and apply it towards themselves in relationships, then they'll be a bomb-ass person. They would never have to be at that vibe where they got to lie about who they are. You know, when you're dealing with people like that, they're broken. You know, they're very low vibrational. You know, they don't have that confidence in themselves. And the reason why they was like, well, they act confident, they have confident insecurities. You just don't realize that until you start healing. Oh, that's a trigger. It's like when you start, you know, when you could be in a relationship. And sometimes it's like when you start seeing things for what they truly are and not what they're trying to convince you to be seen, you start seeing the games, you start seeing the tactics, you start seeing the manipulation, you start seeing the triggers, different things that they do to, you know, to try to get you in your feelings about certain things, you know. And when it's not all about them, you have to understand, narcissist wants attention, whether it's good or bad. You know, you can sit up here and say something bad about them, they're really loving that, because that means they got you under that emotional control. They're able to be able to control your moods, the way you think, the way you talk, where you're happy, where you're sad, you know. Because it's like when you're dealing with narcissistic people, they're the only ones who can be happy. They're the only ones who can make achievements. Anybody else is doing that, it feels like they will put in competition with that person. And you know nothing about. They don't sign you up for a game that you're not even in. But these are the different things that you got to deal with. Yeah, your sense of entitlement and superiority. Yeah, they got that godlike complex. Anything that makes them second guess, they don't have that emotional, mental, sexual control over you or whatever they try to do. It dismantles the whole program. That's not the plan. This person is supposed to stay small. This person is supposed to stay docile. This person is supposed to water themselves down. They cannot show their light. They cannot tell the truth. They can't tell the mistreatment they went through. They can't tell how people have treated them just for being them. You know, a lot of times you can go through these situations where it make you feel like you are nothing. You know, and it's sad when you deal with people like that. They will break you down like that to nothing. You could be a person that's full of life, full of compassion, full of love, and these people can come into your life and rip that apart, you know. And these are the different things that is actually, I don't even know what kind of word I want to use for this, but it is something that you have to be able to go through at times. It's like, it's not a good feeling, but this is a need to know feeling. Like when you're going in life and you're getting blessings, you're getting abundance, you're getting prosperity, there's a lot of people that will come into your life just to snatch all that up. You know, when people don't have nothing to lose, they have no problem with helping you lose yours too. You know, people will see the different things where they can see where their blessings done slept by, or they made the wrong decision and now they're living in regret. You know, when different things are like that, you know, they come into your life. A lot of times we don't realize, sometimes we even label our karmics as being our twin flame. No, that is not your twin flame. Because they were like, oh, they talk mess to me, they make me feel small, or they ghost me, they ignore me. You have to understand, a lot of times these people come into your life to prepare you to meet who your original twin flame is. People don't tell you. You have more than one. You have one of when you share insecurities. You meet another stage of it when you need to apply self-love, self-confidence. Then you go and you meet another one. That it's just like anything that is supposed to spotlight the area in your life that's truly needing your attention. You will meet those type of people in your life. And a lot of times it will make you feel so about twin flames. It's like you have to understand that person was coming into your life to let you know you're on a twin flame journey. They are not your twin flame. These are the type of people that if they're in relationships, and if their relationships are long, they stay in those long relationships with people they know they can manipulate. They know that stays weak no matter what. They're a yes man. They do everything in calculation of how they're supposed to move, how they're supposed to act. You know, these different things that take on that karmics as well as narcissists do. And those are the things that you have to worry about. Those are things that you have to be able to, you know, not worry about, but be able to be aware. Because there's a lot of us that are going through awareness right now. Your mindset, your perception, your perspective is how you're changing that is a whole game changer for you. When you start seeing things as endless possibilities, that's when you know you're on the right track. You had to be able to go through that loss. You had to go through a major setback. These are the different things that's guiding you to where you need to be. And sometimes you have to take that L. You got to take that loss. So many times when I tell people come up to me like, Roslynn, the things that I've heard you say you go through, the things you face, the things that, you know, you're still dealing with. I don't know how you have that strength like that. That is a real strong person. And I say you really don't know how strong you are until strong is all you got to lean on. When everything is wiped out of your life and you're like, you got to start back at one. Hold the Brian McKnight. You had to go start back at one. This is your emotional reset, your spiritual reset. But you had to be able to see the traits of these different type of people that are coming in your life to abuse you, distract you, deplete you, and just totally take you out. You know, because it's like when you deal with narcissists, they claim you. You're a property. You're not a person. You know, you're not a person. You're a property. That's theirs. Nobody. You can't be with nobody else. If I can't have you, nobody else will. Type vibration. You know, I know about that mess too well. The lack of empathy. They don't have empathy. They don't. It's not even in them. If it is, that mess is dried up worse than a walnut. Okay, it's like crepes. You know, one of those type of things. You know, they can play around with that. A lot of time they want to, like I said, they want to be seen as either the superhero or they need, you know, they need attention. You know, you could be that kind, loving, caring person, but now you want truth, you want growth. You want to be able to, you know, bring into your life what is deserving of you. If you start seeing different things that you may have gone through in life where you counted yourself short, or you put your happiness on the back burner just to please somebody else. Or it's just a lot of times you would catch people in deception and lies and see something, they pull a shaggy on you. It wasn't me. Okay, even if you right there looking at it, that's not me. You know, I mean, some people watching some of them cop shows, I'll be laughing. That wasn't me. Like, dude, we just seen you in the car. I pulled you up. That wasn't me. You know, they will, well, maybe they want you to be dumb and naive and gullible. Like, maybe that wasn't them. Like, come on, keep it real. Don't do that to yourself. You got to deal with different stuff like that. These are not the type of people you can go back and say, you know what you did to me really hurt. They know. They know what hurts you. You know, so a lot of times, you know, these are people you're related to, blood related to, people you don't married to, don't, you know, consummated or whatever, procreated, whatever. You know, you're dealing with stuff like that. You had to be aware of, these are the different type of people that will come into your life to manipulate you. You got to stay woke. These are some type of people you don't need to be around your kitchen area. They definitely don't need to be in your bathroom or in your house. You got to be very selective about that. I know there's a lot of videos coming out. Be careful about who you choose to live with. Be careful about who you choose to bring into your house. You know, a lot of times people bring a whole bunch of chaos and bring it into your house and just leave it there and go back, you know. But those are the different things you got to deal with. Manipulating and controlling. You know, when be that time when you're being controlled, and there are probably still narcissists out there talking about you, even when they getting you to do everything they want. You have to understand, narcissists is never going to be happy. They got to go external to get happiness, validation, you know, security, you know, different things like that. They don't go within like normal people do. That's not normal for them. For them to go within, that means they got to say, hey, I'm actually holding accountability for the different things that I know I'm doing to hurt people. And I'm manipulating other people to make them see the same thing that I just done created about this whole person's life. You know, me, I'm just a homebody. You know, I stay to myself. Don't deal with other people. I talk to certain people, but it's a very select few. And I've been like that for a long time. You know, I would get the worst damn rumors about me out here. Like, I mean, it was making me feel like I was one of P. Diddy's extras up in there, that I'm doing stuff like that would come to me. And I had to laugh. I'm like, man, I don't even barely leave my house. If you already know, I got a bullseye on the front of my head, the back of my head, and the back of my daggone back. Like, this is some kind of fashion trend I'm having. I don't go out like that. I can't go out by myself unless I go with other people. If you get what I'm saying, I can't do that, you know. But it'll be guided for me to be able to go somewhere, but I can't go by myself. It's dangerous, especially right now. At that, I just really don't do that. But you know, you're dealing with different people like that. They want to be able to have other people see you the way they see you. And you could be a kind, loving person. You're very generous. You're that person that they needed in their life. You know, you could be that person that's just like, I want somebody to respect me, love me, really hear me. Get in touch with my sensitive side. I can be vulnerable with this person, and I can be me. And this is what they ask for. And when you're giving it to them, you have to understand, narcissists don't want you correcting them. They don't like that, because they are perfect just the way they are. In a whole hot mess, they're perfect. They don't want to learn. They don't want to heal. They're not going to take accountability. Good luck with that. Only time people going to come up with accountability unless you have that dead proof right there. They're not going to say nothing unless you really have that solid proof to say, I know you did that. You know, you go through different things like that because you're a very powerful person. And so when you're going through that, they want to be able to destroy that. So that's one of the other things that you really have to, you know, worry about is strong need for admiration. You know, they need to be praised. They gotta get their ego stroked. You know, you gotta be the most perfect person. Anything that you try to tell narcissists about themselves, like, look, you toxic as hell. You know, you're very disrespectful. You lie when you don't have to. They got diabetes. You got to understand, they will lie about what day it is. If they can convince you it's Monday, they're trying to still convince you it's Friday. And if they're like, oh, well, maybe it is Friday. I just forgot to reset my phone. I need to reset it. And they looking at it like, this bitch is dumb as fuck. You know, that's the kind of mindset that they have. And you have to really understand that. They have to be praised. You know, anything is about them correcting themselves, or you're holding them accountable for what they did. You know, because it may have been easy to get over on you. I was told at one time, I kept doing it, and then I apologized because you always forgave me. And it's like when somebody tell you something like that, they going to, and you have to be able to chin check yourself. Now, there's sometimes you can be in a relationship is worth getting hurt for. But this is something that it takes a team, an effort from both sides. It's not you putting, it's not an 80-20 type of thing. You doing 80%. This person ain't even putting in a full nick on that. Okay? And they want you to overcompensate for what they lack and what they don't have. They gotta fuel that supply off of you. They may siphon you. They got supplies. If they leave you, like especially if this is a dating scene, marriage scene, and it make you feel like, life is just grand. They done found somebody that's way better than you, and like, nah, they'll pull down an illusion, and trust me, they're not happy. And if they are, it's just because of other person that they did, or other people, because I guarantee you it's not one, it's a few. Like I said, they keep them on a swivel. When you're dealing with certain things like that, or even with family, they go back to people that they don't know that's weak-minded, and they can easily influence. When they see that you're like that, oh yeah, y'all booskies all the way long, because they know they can get over on you. They know you stupid enough to sit up here and believe whatever scare tactic, whatever lie, whatever deception, you willing to do that. And it's just like when you start dealing with people like that, you start calling them out, like, oh, I see what you did when you were trying to upset me, or I see what you did when you try to use a pet peeve against me to try to trigger me. And or you ain't even allowing yourself, even better, you can recognize what's been happening, and you can see the trigger and the shade, and how these people are giving their power to you by trying to affect you, because they worry so much about how you see them. Well, they do that with everybody. But if that one that they're really trying to break, they're really trying to just break down like that, they really want to know, do they still got a hold of you? Do they still got control of you? Do they still mastermind whatever you think you're going to do? Are you going to stop believing in what you can do to grow? Or are you allowing yourself to, they send out confusion. To be real nice, and then next thing you know, they get hateful. It's like that light switch. That's what it is. They play tetherball with their feelings. That's some schizo stuff. But yeah, it's just anytime when you get to that point, they start backing up from you. They start ignoring you. They start ghosting you. The more you start telling them about themselves and like, oh, I saw that. Or if somebody try to say something to insult, what did you say? Come again? And you ain't getting smart. Just say that. Come again. Can you? Well, what did you mean by that? When people are trying to do low blows at you and be saying stuff just to try to, make you, doubt yourself about something. It's like, oh, you getting a little thick in the thighs there. You need to back up from the, it'd be those different things. And not realizing this person going through a lot of emotional eating, because they're going through a lot of depression. A lot of times when you're in toxic relationships like that, it was like when my first situation started, before my father passed, and I know the identity of my dad, I was skinny. Like I was like 115 to 120. That's how small I was. And I gained like about 45 pounds when I started seeing everything that was going on. People adding more to me, going through depression, emotional eating, and different stuff like that. And this is to bring your confidence down. But if you already know people are genuine with you, they're going to still see you beautiful no matter how much you weigh. Okay? Well, these are the different things they will do into their life. They have to have their ego stroked. They always have to have so many good things to say about them. But when you start picking up what they're putting down, and you see the mind games they're playing, and manipulation, when you start calling people out, they will dismiss you real quick. They'll put you on the back burner. But when they want to leave you, they want to be able to show you that they're messing around with somebody else and they're so much better than you. No, baby. Whatever they put you through, they just ain't felt it yet. They had to be with somebody who didn't know them like that, don't know their mannerisms, don't know the way they move, how they stand when they feel defensive, or how they stand when you get them pissed off. Seeing them in all their seasons, it goes worse to hell no worse. Those type of situations that goes on into their life. They got a new supply, but that new supply don't know them. And trust me, whatever they feeling into you, they got you the same. They got them the same way they got you. So they're not getting the special treatment. They will make you think that because they want to make you jealous. They want to make you feel like you did something wrong. That's why they had to leave you. But that's not the fact. You calling them out on their shit. you standing down, 10 toes down, like, nah, I'm gonna hold you to the fire with that. I'm gonna make you be accountable for what you did. And you're not easily want to bring them back. You separate and do you. Focus on what you're doing. I used to do that, and I'll always find little excuses to bring that person back. And I'm like, I was in my weak vibe. I did the little twinkle dust black magic on me and shit. Now it's like I broke that. Just can't do it no more. The different things. See, it's just strong need, difficult taking feedback. Like I said, I don't like it when you tell them about yourself. Like you be having this attitude. They want you to prioritize their life, but they want to leave you in a disarray. They got to be able to put you in convenience, but they want you to have openings for them at any time. They want to be able to feel like they can put you on the back burner. You don't hear from them for weeks at a time, and as soon as they come knocking, you're supposed to be right there. Stop making yourself available for anybody. This is the season of reciprocity. Okay, this is that time. I can't give you nothing you ain't giving me. If you give me silence, baby, you give me silence. You think you give me the silent treatment, baby, watch how I'll stop talking at all. That don't bother me. Because a lot of times people will distance themselves from you when you start calling them out. They can't glamorize you. They can't glamour you no more. You ain't based off of them illusions. You ain't in them insecurities or feeling like, oh, I got to hold on to this person because I can't. You don't want to be with nobody where that makes you feel uneasy when you're not around. You do not want to be in no relationship like that. I was like that. You don't want to be in a situation like that at any time. Somebody put you in a situation, they're going to be doing this, they're going to be doing that. This is at that time where it's giving you that inner perspective. You need to heal you, okay? This person was trying to show you who they really are. A lot of times we have a bad habit on holding those backpacks of pain, disarray, destruction, and just straight, whatever. And it's like people will call you different names. I've heard every name in the book. When I noticed I start putting boundaries up, I start being less seen, less heard. My vibe, my words don't change. You have to be able to do that. It's just like when I go through different things, I see how people will treat me. They're connected to certain people. Like, why are you coming off with that attitude? Or why are you being hateful? You weren't like that before. And you don't know what people are saying about you when you're not around. You don't know what kind of destruction they done placed you in, that you just done terrorized somebody's life. You got them on medication. You don't got them drinking and smoking a lot. And this is just like, I'm doing me. I'm minding my business. I'm staying to myself. Where the hell did this come from? I've been hearing all type of stuff that come back to me. But it'll be just, oh, okay. And there'll be times it's just like you have audio, you got video, you got mad receipts on different stuff that will tell you a whole different story. And it'll be at that time like, nah, allow God to tell that story. He can do it better than you can. Because when you come up, when he come up with it, okay, because a lot of people are not really following in suit with the stuff that the narcissists have been able to control before. They starting to see, oh, I was a flying monkey. Or you wanted me to hate this person all because they're in there, they're knowing their self. They got respect for themselves. They ain't doing what you want them to do. They focusing on them. They ain't focusing on you. Because a lot of times people will put you in situations for you to stay focused on them. Because when you stay focused on them, it makes you lose sight of what's truly important. And it's not them. What's truly important is about you evolving. You being in prosperity, abundance, taking your throne, being a king and queen, goddess, deity, whatever you feel yourself as. That's where you're supposed to be. But anything that will outshadow what the narrative they created about you, where it starts saying, whoa, the way you talk about this person don't even act like that. Like, I can get an unruly fool. I ain't even gonna lie about that. I can cut you with my words and be very volatile when I want to be. And it'll be at that point, like if I say something and I'm at that vibe, like I'm really quiet lately. But it'll be those wild hairs that be going through something. I may say something, or I may be in a little vibe, and it'll be a kind of way I will go through something, and God will pinpoint that enemy. And it was just like where I'm like, damn, they hurt me in my weak side. I don't want them because to know how I'm going through stuff and heavy, because they prayed on that for you. They wanted you to go through second guessing yourself. They wanted you to go through quitting. I need you, I need that person to doubt whatever they're doing. I want them to feel like nothing can ever happen, because we have a whole group of different flying monkeys back here just trying to stop whatever that person is doing, because whatever that person is doing is going to reveal some shit we don't want them to be able to tell nobody, because they got too much daggone information. They're going to blow the whole roof off of how I said I was, or how I said that person or those people. You have that info, and they know that, you know. So they will, when you start holding up boundaries, people don't like boundaries because they know they were able to take advantage of you when you didn't have them. They see the opportunity. When you stop talking to them, people start talking about you when they lost the opportunity to talk to you. You know, and hell, probably it was like that before you stopped talking to them too. You know, never mind. You know, it is what it is. It's like somebody always gonna say you can be the most angel in the skies, and you know, by the time the smear campaign done got to you, you were the bride of Chucky, the seed of Satan, and all that other stuff. You know, it would be those different things. So anything that wounds their ego, with you speaking on truth, and I'll do that. You know, somebody can sit up here and call me this, call me that. And I would laugh. I mean, it would hurt before, but now it's just like, if I'm not giving that person power, or if you don't mean nothing to me, you know, you just tell me how you feel about yourself. You know, I've been called a leech or a op, or, you know, I'm out here working the streets, I'm out here doing this, I'm out here doing that. I mean, I don't have to make no lies up about me. And most of the time when people are out here saying this stuff about me, they whole ass out there doing it, you know. I ain't back and forth in the free clinic. I ain't got to do that. You know, just do what I need to do and be able to do what I need to do. But these are different things that's taking place into your life where, I mean, you are really got people checked out. You know, they felt like they figured you out. They felt like they knew you better than you knew yourself. They knew your weaknesses. They also knew your strength. They tried to tear that strength down. They had to make you obsolete. They had to make you docile. Make you feel like they had so many people against you. And I said, let me tell you this. When you just one person, you got 11 people around pulling all kind of backwood root work, probably out here doing orgies and rubbing peanut butter on themselves in the middle of the night, up under the lunar eclipse. No telling what kind of stuff going on where they pulling these rituals out for you. You just that one person. And it will make you feel like, why is the world against me? Baby, there's something about the world you about to change. You one person, they got about 100 people against you, and you may just have a little flare up of being like, were you really ready just to, you know, just to bounce with them words, or probably bounce with your fists, because you're getting tired of people playing in your energy, playing in your face like you don't know what the hell going on, and you know, they know you know, you know. But there's these different things that's going on, and these plans is coming up. Like when I tell you, there's some covens that's getting, they really trying to burn the bush. Okay, really trying to burn the bush, because I'm just like all these different downloads that I have, because this is the season of karma, and people are getting too close of being called out for the bullshit that they're doing. You know, anybody can catch it. Now you seeing on social media, it don't matter if you're a billionaire, trillionaire, a thousandaire, as Brown from Medea say, a thousandaire, he 100aire. You know, one of those. Your ass can get clapped back just like somebody that broke, busted, and disgusted can. Because a lot of people feel, especially if you got that vibe that you can't be touched. Nobody ain't gonna never find out what I did. Keep on feeling yourself like that. God, karma, justice, and reciprocity, and God daggone respiration is gonna fuck around and find out type vibe. And you carrying that now. You your whole frequency. You trending. You are really trending. When you start speaking truth in your life, you don't give a damn about, you know, oh, why they telling that, or why did this is what happened to you. And I'll tell anybody, especially if you know you're coming up as a content influencer or social media influencer or whatever, and you want to base this off of some kind of traumatic stuff that you went through, that you've been guided in your purpose. Is like, look, you're going to be the ambassador for this. The different things that you had to witness, the different things that you went through, the different things that you had to stand up in your power 10 toes down, adding with the fingers too, by yourself, while other people counted you out. The people that you did things for, one so cute to turn that mess back. They didn't tether that back. You had to be able to go through that. You won't call a spade a spade. You know when somebody real with you, when somebody being fake. Now you starting to see stuff for what they really is. You are not stuck under that fog of the matrix and believing every daggone thing somebody trying to put in your ear. Because a lot of people, oh, that's not what it is. Or when you did, oh, that was a misunderstanding. Everything that you see you do, oh, I was just going through something right now. Because there'll be certain things that people will do. And I'm on that vibe where when I see stuff and I just got to shake my head, where I see somebody will purposely do something to me for me to have to come back and say, why did you do that? You know, instead of, I said, you know, and I'll tell people, do you want to talk? Is there something that you need to say? And I'm like, why you say that? Because I notice you keep on doing this little stupid childish shit that I'm just not on anymore. So do you need to talk? This is what normal people do. If you're in your feelings, or you feel like you regret, or you really did some real effed up stuff that you know you shouldn't have been doing, you know, talk. Stop trying to trigger me. Stop trying to do stuff to piss me off. Talk. Then it'll be to that point, I'll stop asking. Okay? You have to be at that point where you know you hold power when people keep coming out their way to try to fuck you up. When you got about 3 or 4 people just coming at you, like, and it's really making you feel like, damn, I must be wrong if I got all these people coming against me. Maybe you better recognize your power. Why they need that many people? When you know if you're a kind-hearted person, you're a loving person, you will give the shirt off your back. Just let them let you have the armor, you know, undergarments. Those sometimes where you only got a little bit, and you will give somebody a portion of your little bit, just because you knew what it felt like not to have some. These people are self-serving. They want you to go all the way out your way for them. Prove your loyalty to somebody. They ain't even loyal to themselves. They want you to really prove that. I seen when I used to do that. Been fighting with different women, and then I got people around that knew my mom's ex-husband and his wife all coming at me, looking at me crazy, like, oh, what the hell going on? You know, now I started standing on it. You know, I started standing on it. You are a walking trigger for a lot of people, and when you stand in your truth, people don't like that. You know, people are congratulating you when they see that you starting to recognize the potential that they seen in you a long time ago. Now you finally getting it. Now this is when you know you're doing good, because that person can sit up here and say, I see how you were worried about the wrong people. You wrapped up in the wrong attachments when it comes to certain people. Your focus is all on something they shouldn't even have. Your focus, it showed you what it really was, and you just supposed to take it and then just go. You know, you go through a lot of different things like that. Now you speak for yourself. You know who you are. You don't need no external validation about how people see you. You know, a lot of people don't even like when they look in the mirror. You know, we give allow people too much power to be able to say who I am. Okay, especially if you know you on that growth. It's different when you know you need to check yourself. Like, you're like, okay, you know, you slipping. I see the potential in you, but you ain't seen the potential in you. Why are you giving? I understand you put a whole bunch of energy in something that wasn't even worth that, and then you went all the way down there and you had to find out it wasn't worth that. And you put so little in something you should have put your all into. Chin check yourself. Hey, change the filter. And when you have light with yourself, you have that bright light, you attract everything. Everything. Good, bad, happy or sad. Toxic people. Toxic people, you wonder why you get headaches and you're just so, you know, dragging. You know, you just feel like I gotta lay down when you attack to certain people, getting headaches, stomach start hurting. You know, you hearing people humming and you singing it, and I'm like, no, it be tiptoeing through the damn tulips, and this person feeling like, you know, black sun, won't you come and chase the wolves away? Be one of those type of things. They're a whole hot mess, but they'll come in like tiptoeing through the tulips, like everything is fine. No, they're not. They losing it because they see that every tactic they're using against you is not working. And if it did, spiritual burp, confident. Confirmation, your confidence. Okay, your confidence is really, really selling for you. You know, you're a walking billboard of yourself. Be authentic. You know, there'll be days like strong people have weak moments too. Only weak people be trying to walk around here and act like everything fine, knowing they know. The truth is creeping up on folks. They having nightmares about the truth. You know, people celebrated destroying your life, destroying your image, your character. All that. They celebrate it too quickly. Because now you're rising. You know, people are starting to become woke. They ain't fake woke like some of these folks out here. Woke. Like you seeing, oh, that person's on that authenticity and you all about that persona, that title. their authenticity weighed a lot more than that paperweight title. You're in your authenticity. People gonna start knowing the real. You ain't gotta go out here and pinpoint. I had to learn that. Don't pinpoint other people's habits and stuff like that. Because, it's like with me, y'all would have a whole 24 hours of all kind of footage I would put on my phone. I got on my phone, okay? You heard that. Like that. That can show different stuff or what's been said about me. Different times. I'm like, okay, this is the person y'all see. And this is the person that's behind closed doors. Because, when you deal with narcissism, they would be the most charming, outgoing. He'd be the coach. He'd be the cheerleader. It can be the therapist. It can be the doctor, the preacher, the teacher, all this stuff. And when you get home, you dealing with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Freddy's nightmares, Chucky and his little child play. You be dealing with stuff like that. Because you know what you deal with at home. But they got that image. Be sometimes you ever watch that movie Stepdaddy. It was like, especially with old dude, I forgot what his name is, McNamara. I forgot his name, but one he played on Nip Tuck is Sean McNamara. I forgot his name. But it gets to that point where they forget. I'm like, I don't know how y'all keep the energy up, where y'all keep all these females and males on a swivel. How y'all be, like, y'all gonna have Marcel SARS mess around like that, but that, whatever. To you, do you, boo, do you. But it's just like you start seeing different things that come in, and it'll be like when you're on that time of reflection. You will start seeing a lot of things that you overlooked, or it was pinpointed to you like, hey, check that vibe out when certain people come together. Or certain times where they're talking and all of a sudden you enter a room, they be quiet. Or different times where people got to go all the way like down the street to go have a conversation about you because they already know they lying. They can't say that mess in front of you. But it'll be just those different things like, my verbiage never changed. My vibes never change unless it's going up. I had to learn. Don't give people power. They giving it to you. When people try to go out their way to keep trying to hurt you, it's like, allow yourself to think of it like this. When people are going all the way out, just try to upset you, make you mad, baby, they jealous off of you. Whatever, you cannot have a good day because it's like you're outshining them. You're authentically being happy. They got to fake being happy. And it's different between, you ain't going to allow your enemies to know when you're going through stuff. But there's a lot of times God would allow them to hear the different sad stuff that's going on in your life, or how you feel desperation just coming in your life. Because like, oh, we wearing them down, man. They over here about to give up. They over here about to, delete, on self-delete. They about to do this. It's sad when people are like that. Well, they're wedding. You really intimidate them to the point they want you to stop breathing. Because it's just something about you that really it puts them in the back. Like they're not getting that attention. They start seeing you. And they don't want that for you. Anything successful, anything that can give you some kind of notoriety or whatever, anything that you can get that puts you out there in a positive way, they want to destroy that. Don't allow nobody to do that. Don't allow nobody to have no kind of power over you like that. There'll be different days you have, where it just feel like all is lost. I was going through stuff like that in and out. I self-reflect. I tell people I have my weak moments like that. Yeah, I have people laughing at me because they think they got over. But that's just the way I see it. Go ahead and laugh at me. But the difference between me and you, I'm allowing me to face my fears. I ain't projecting and deflecting off of other people. I'm out running for my truth. I allow myself to accept that, no matter if it was good, bad, happy, or sad. I allow myself to adjust towards that. If this is my truth, this is my truth. You don't have people out here just going on smear campaigns and trying to make you feel like you're the worst person of the world. And you could be the most kindest one. Trust, when you start seeing people for who they are, just having that mentality to the other people that they lying and conniving to, placing this image about you, they're going to pretty soon see it too. They're going to see it. So it will be these different things that that these things are taking place into your life. They want you to play small. They want you to play backseat to your life. Your happiness don't mean anything. It's all about their happiness. What your wants is not important. What their wants is, that's what matters. Their happiness, the way they're being seen, the way they're being praised, that's what matters. You have to be the evil villain. You got to be the corrupter. You got to be the devil. You know, you over here just wreaking havoc in other people's lives when all you are is just focusing on yourself and heal and trying to part ways with any person in any situation that's no longer serving you. Keep praying for folks like that. They need it. Because like I said, we're all going through different transitions of spiritual awareness. You know, you're allowing yourself to hold yourself responsible for the choices that you made. You know, whether it was from logic or you felt at the time, or different times when you know that you moved through emotions. You know, somebody pissed you off, so you got to piss them off too. I mean, you're playing that tic-tac-toe game. You know, when you're on that vibe, you ain't got time to be doing all that. The best revenge you can do to miserable people is stay happy, stay productive. You know, if they want to laugh at you because you feel a day that you just want to feel like you want to give up all on life, that was just a moment. You bounce back every single time, and that's when you know, when you get on the floor crying and praying and this and that, devil love that because he feel like you feel defeated. You don't know what to do. You confused. Why the enemy getting over this and that? Everything ain't what it seems. Anything ain't what it seems. When you know you move through good intentions, good is going to eventually find you. It's on its way back to you, matter of fact. Whatever you put out for life, you know, and that goodness you put out, this is what you're getting back. But now, if you got people out here wishing the worst on people, wishing ill will, all because that person's making sacrifices and doing things they have no capability of doing, oh yeah, they want to destroy that shit altogether. You're breaking curses. People will talk shit about you when you know you're on the play. This is just going to blow your whole, you know, bloodline out the water. It's like you already got your ancestors celebrating for you. Like, we picked the right one. And you got different family members probably getting their ass whooped by the same ancestors you don't got to believe by because they're not doing what they need to do. So it's like, this is the power of karma. There's a lot of things that's going on where people, you know, are panicking. I mean, even the people that are actually going through change and willing to go through that, riding a wave with it. You're like, surfboard, you ride the wave with it. And you're being brave about doing that, even when you don't know where it is. They'll let you know you're not fearing the unknown. You're curious. You want life to be better. You want to be around people that whatever you're projecting out towards people that is in a positive, loving vibration. That's being sent back or like added back. You want to have people in your life like, where is your frequency been, boo? I need people like you. I can speak and I ain't got to worry about you thinking I'm crazy. You know, I think outside the box. I'm seeing past, you know, the flying monkeys and stuff, you know, like what they trying to distract you from. Being you, the truth, being caught up. You got to understand that. You be thinking, oh, if I know them a while, they'll leave. Some do. But a lot of that you got to understand, and this is why I had to really remind myself, when you know you got a whole bunch of stuff that you know you did. And I mean, you in there deep, like you can't even get out and try to say, devil made me do it. No. Devil just guided you there and you did all that work by yourself. Take the claim. You take blame and blame. You know, it's one of those different things. There's a lot of people that got a lot riding on those lies, those deceptions, some very illegal stuff that they were doing. And it may have your name dripped all up in it. There's some people that's, you know, stealing your identity, putting things in your name, you know, check on that. You know, different things that you may not even know that's in your name, you know. So, you know, I hope you're able to recognize certain these things, or, you know, God bless you if this is certain things that you really can say about the list of what, you know, expect when people are trying to hold you back. You're starting to outgrow the old you, or you've probably been doing that for a while, but we've been going through that thing where the wounded self got so much to say. Like, oh, I'm mad, or I want justice. Baby, you about to get it, but you got to let go of that anger first. You know, God knows what they did. He knows more about what they did than you know what they did. Okay? But you knew enough just to stand back. You know, karma heavy at play. Don't put yourself in that loop. Anybody who's trying to upset you, bring you down, trying to make you second guess yourself, let that mess blow off your shoulder, okay? Anything that you know is going to come on top and nobody can't benefit from it, and they can't steal, kill, or chill from it, baby, they're going to try to destroy anything when they know they can't participate in that blessing you got coming. You got to understand, there's a lot of times you're going through the process to create an outcome Not realizing, the sun shines, everybody there. But when you go to your lowest form in life, see who is there for you, like you were there for them. See who's going to do things and don't have no hidden agenda behind it, or some self-serving type things that's going to go on for that. They're doing, they're giving you a kindness like they give you the kindness. It's being reciprocated. But see the people, when you earn your upcoming success, different things you're exceeding in, and you're excited about the growth that's taking place in your life, how things are unfolding. See how many people congratulate you and genuinely are happy for you. See the people that come check you out, and you can tell now a lot of situations people are coming in where your intuitive is really about to check you. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's just like certain things is going to come in as going to be dressed as a disguise, like a scare tactic, or some kind of thing where somebody just trying to test the waters with you to see how you still click. Because now it's just like with me, I'll see something, I'll say nothing, and then I'll start noticing people ask me something, it'll be really off the wall, like, well, you even have to ask me that. It'll be something you could have did yourself, but they want to see where your mind at, what kind of attitude you carrying. Because they know they did something to piss you off, and they think they pissed you off. And you check that, but you're like, oh, that's one of them scare tactics. They're just trying to trigger somebody. Okay, you got to understand, when people are miserable, they need company. Okay, people, they get off on seeing you broke, busted, and disgusted, in a disarray, feeling like a hot mess, and they enjoy that. Like, oh, what's going on? Why you so down? And knowing they be like, I'm so glad I like that. Oh, I can't stand to see them happy. I can't stand to see them in peace. It just really wrecked my nerves. It'd be one of those type of things. But just see people who are genuinely concerned. What is it? What can I help you with? Baby, you've been there for me. Or, man, you've been there for me. Homie, you've been there for me. Sis, you've been there. Queen, you've been there. You've been there for me when I needed you. Now it's my turn to know what's going on with you so I can be at need for you. People are starting to recognize that, because there'll be so many times you don't save so many people because you could be Mr. or Mrs. Reliable. Now, at that point, stop being so available. Allow some people it's a lot of times you got to allow people to sit in that transition. Know what they did is that you're saying, you can't keep treating me like this. Or I know my worth. I know I deserve better. This is not part of the plan. This is not adding value to my life. This is not adding growth or peace to my life. You're disturbing my peace. Why is my peace so disturbing to you? People have to be in that vibration where you got to be, if they leave you hanging, they want you to feel this in disarray. Like, I can't be in life without them. Why did they leave me? Why did they cheat on me? Why did they just up and leave? I've been doing everything they want. A lot of times people got to understand, when people feel like they treat you like an option, you got to leave like a choice. You got to understand, you can't keep nobody is not want to be kept. If you're wanting to be with the person, that person's going to do everything to do. Like anything is in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, or a partnership, life, whatever you're going through. If that person really loves and care about you, they're going to be willing to put in that work. And if there's times where you just need your space because this is something toxic, nobody don't change overnight. Ain't going, I'm changing, we can go to counseling, whatever you want to do. People going to do anything they can to sliver right back in your life just to add the same stuff, and probably really add on layers to it because they pissed because you thought more about yourself than them. You were making your moves based on what you need to do for yourself, what was better for you. And when you start doing that, they will try to punish you. They will try to do that. So these are different things, I say, I don't know why they wanted me to talk about that, but I guess I've been seeing a lot of videos on it, and just from my personal experience as well, you're healing from that. And like I tell you, INFJs, Sigmas, Alphas, Heyokas, especially them hybrids, and there's a lot of them that are just coming out in generations. It's like some of these, you got some of these Heyokas is birthing out future hybrids. It's like some of the ones that was born on the pandemic. Them folks was sitting up here doing taxes at the age of 2 months. Walking at three months. One of them type of things. But I'm hoping you can be able to get something out of this if you're dealing with narcissistic personality disorder. You're dealing with this within your family. You're dealing with this within your relationships, even with your children. And it's sad. It even comes in and try to get your children. You have to understand, the devil will touch anything and destroy anything that means the most to you. you know, anything to keep you distracted from where you need to go. So when they see that potential in you and they know you about to make a dent in a program or you're creating a whole new world that everybody need to come in tune to, they will destroy the hell out your life because they don't want that. You're revealing a lot of things that people don't want to know what to look for or what to stay away from. So much love to you. This was over an hour, so holla.